Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace and blessings of Allah be upon every single one of you. And welcome to the Sacred Man Experience podcast. I am Imran Muhammad, aka the Addiction Doktor. Here we speak about the journey of manhood through the lens of faith, how to be strong but also soft, how to lead but also to listen. You are listening to a new series, The Map of the Masculine Soul, a woman's guide to the silent language of men. Today's episode is titled The Silent Cave and the Psychology of Masculine Nafs, the Self. The mystery of the withdrawal. We return to the map. Today we address the phenomena that causes the most headache for women, the silence, the cave. In our tradition, we understand that the soul has different chambers. Sometimes a man must retreat into the darkness to find his light. You've been there. You ask, what's wrong? As a wife, as a partner, and you're concerned for your man, for your husband. And you say, what's wrong? He says, nothing. You try to push. He pulls further away. You think he's checking out of the relationship. I'm here to tell you, he's not. He's not leaving you. He's trying to find himself. We're going to teach you how to be the sakina that draws him out, rather than the pressure that keeps him locked inside. Sadr versus qalb and the autonomy of silence. To understand masculine silence, we look to the pioneer of Islamic psychology, Imam Abu Zayd al-Balkhi, may Allah be pleased with him. In his Sustenance of the Soul, he speaks of the internal whisperers. We must distinguish between the sadr, the chest, outer chamber, and the qalb, the deep heart. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ألم نشرح لك صدرك. Did we not expand for you, O Holy Prophet Muhammad, your breast? For a man, emotions often get stuck in the sadr, the chest, the outer cell of the chest, and the expansive outer chamber. It is high traffic, noisy, and overstimulated by the world. Unlike the feminine psyche, which often processes emotion through syntax, speaking, the masculine psyche processes through spatial expansion. He needs the void to move the emotion from the crowded sadr, the chest, into the quiet qalb, which is the heart. Ibn Hazm, in The Ring of the Dove, in his book, notes that when a man is deeply moved or troubled, he may lose his speech. This is not a lack of love. It is a structural necessity of his nafs and his self. The Jungian lens, the anima and the mask of Stoicism. Jungian psychology calls this the encounter with the anima, the feminine inner side of a man. Every man carries an internal feminine pool of emotion. But because society and his own warrior archetype demand strength. He is often terrified of being swallowed by his own feelings. His stoicism, his silence, is a mask. It's a levee holding back a flood. If you try to force him to talk about his feelings while he's in the cave, he feels like you're trying to drown him. He retreats because he's trying to maintain his parameters, as we discussed in the first podcast. He needs to feel like a king in his cave before he can return as a partner to your table. Modeling action syntax. Let's see an NLP tool called modeling. Men don't always communicate with words. They communicate with action syntax. When a man works late, fixes a door, or washes his car in total silence, he is talking. He is saying, I am providing, I am fixing, I am competent. This is the measure of the mind, his mental journeying. If you interrupt this action syntax with verbal demands, you break his state. You create a pattern interrupt that feels like an attack on him, on his self, on his nafs. Instead of asking, how do you feel? Observe his micro expressions. Is his jaw tight because he's stressed? Is his gaze distant because he's processing? Use sensory acuity. If he is in the cave, do not follow him in. Stay at the entrance with a lamp, but don't go in until he invites you in. Practical implementation, the 20-minute grace period. The sacred model, the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, would often find moments of solitude. We must allow our men the void. Here are your tactical steps for this week. The silent cave protocol. Number 1, the 20-minute grace period. When he returns from work or a stressful event, his nafs is overstimulated. Give him the void. No questions, no problems, no how was your day. For the first 20 minutes, let his spirit land back in the home. Second, parallel play. If he is silent, sit near him, but do your own thing. This is non-threatening proximity. It communicates that you are a safe harbor, sakina, and not a prosecutor. 3, the fix-it bridge. If you need to talk, anchor the conversation to a task. Walk together or drive together. Men find it easier to open their sadr, their chest, when their eyes are fixed on the road or a horizon, rather than trapped in one-to-one or eye-to-eye emotional confrontation. Men speak side by side. Men talk emotionally when they are side by side, when they're doing an activity or a task. Number 4, praise the silent speech. When he does a task, recognize it as a communication of love. I saw you handle the car maintenance. Thank you for looking out for our safety. For many of the sisters and the ladies listening, they may say, why am I making it so straightforward and simple? Because you'll be surprised. Many men don't need too much complexity. They simply need simplicity. That's the intention. To undecipher what we have created to be very complex. Sometimes it is the approach which is significant. Rumi's silence. We end with the wisdom of Rumi. Silence is the language of God. All else is poor translation. Sisters, when your man is silent, do not fear the void. Fill it with your own peace. When he sees that you are not frightened by his cave, he will eventually invite you into it. So he will invite you into it, and to see the treasures he has found there. That's very significant. You have the tools. Give him the 20-minute grace period. Watch how the energy shifts. My dear sisters and ladies, when you listen to this podcast, of course, I'm a man myself, and I am expressing my thoughts, my reflection, and my experience. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I'm a son. My sisters, when I share these, because I've had too many couples, too many ladies having difficulty engaging with their men. The silence frightens them. It makes them worry. We fully understand your worry because you are concerned for the one that you love. At the same time, it is highly significant that you also comprehend and understand that there's a particular way of engagement. What you think you need as a woman, many times a man doesn't need that. A man doesn't need a direct approach many times. Many a times it is the step back approach. Inshallah, in the next time, in the next podcast, we dive into the architecture of masculine respect. Why love is not enough for a man. You are the sacred person, sacred individual. Always remember that. You are the strength. You are the light which helps men move forward, find their destination whilst they are on the journey. You are the individual that helps and supports and creates strong and healthy men. My dear sisters and my brothers, till next time, we'll see you again on the Sacred Man Experience podcast. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.